Welcome back. We are here with 1398. The end of the century is a-coming. So this is very exciting. As you remember, last time Millicent and Zuan got together in order to take care of Milla, who is Emmeline's and Emmeline. I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard. Emmeline and Zuan's baby, which I should probably indicate. So there we go. And also Regina was killed by vampire hunters, so there's that. Big bummer. Kind of happy she's not having any more kids with Vlad, but we'll ignore that. So this year we actually have plenty of birthdays to make up for the lack of birthdays last year. We have quite a few here. Let's start here with our toddler rolls. Let me go up, sorry. A 4, 8, or a 12, and we have Tomkin the second and Milla. Oh my gosh, what if Milla died after all of this? Tomkin, Milla. Okay, whew, they both survived. Okay, Edward Vitor, who is going to have a different role than 1 or 19 because he is a vampire. Survived. And then we have, why is the text in that so little? Anyway, we have 1, 2, 3 more of them. Sorry, it was a 1 or 19 for the vampires. Let's look into that. And for the humans, there's 2 of them. It's a 9 or 19. Okay. 9 or 19. Ooh. Who was that? Who's the first kid in there? Esmond Vitor died. Yikes. Poor thing. Okay, and then we have a few young adult roles, which are scary ones. Also, Zuan, who just got married. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if Millicent became a widow again? 2, 6, 11, 13, 14, and there are 3 of them, and Zuan is number 2. Let's do it. 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Survived, Zuan. Survived. Oh my gosh, everyone's surviving. Oh, sorry, we have one more. Caleb the third. And then we have Melanie and Maud, who were twins, and we are just going to see about them. They have to get a 9 or greater. Melanie. Maud. Wow, okay, and how many years? 7 and 2. That's kind of sad for you, Maud, but 7 and 2. Let me write that down. 7, 2. Okay. Where was I? And yeah, that's it. So vampire hunting. We're going to have Charles get married in this one. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to let Charles stay in the house with Gonora for one more year because I plan on having a big event for the last year of this century. So we will resettle everyone after that happens. You'll have to wait and see. So there's that. Vampire hunting. Okay. Sorry if you can hear the trucks going by. They are so loud. Okay, for vampires, we have 1, 2, 3. Neither of you. 4, 5, 6. You'd think I'd remember at this point which ones were vampires. No, it's not true. Wow, really? Still 6? 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's still 9 because I forgot to put Pacifica on the tree last time, but you can't get a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 died. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, number 4, who are you? Oops, wrong tab. Number 4. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's the first one in the second row. Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence. You were about to become a teenager. Hey, like this. All right, I'm just going to put like this because I don't feel like writing it out in the same thing. Okay, and as for humans, we have one. Wow, everyone's dying. Okay, so Millicent actually doesn't count anymore because she is now a Bennett. So 2 is going to be Charles. Oh my gosh, what would I do if Charles died? You're a vampire, you're a vampire. You're a vampire. 3, 4, 5. You already died, so there's no point in worrying about you. 6, 7. Okay, there's 7 humans, and they can't get an 18. 1, 2. Okay, Charles. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, number 6. There was only right. Yeah, okay. Number 6. Who is number 6? Number 2 is Charles. Number 3, 4, 5. 6 is Caleb the Third. Am I right? Oh my gosh, Caleb the Third. He just got married. Okay. Looks like you did die after all. That's a shame. Can you imagine living through the young adult role then dying? All right, let's hop into the game. Alrighty, so here we are at home, and he's dazed. Okay, but let's clean up. We are definitely going to be focusing more on Emmeline, and she has finally reached gardening level 2, so now she can evolve plants, which is great. She is going to be taking care of the garden and the house here. I'm kind of waiting to see when I can have Charles, um, do um, another song, license another song, but not yet. So we're going to invite Gonora over and get them married really quickly. But also, I'm going to try and invite people over for Emmeline. I think that what I realize is, and I don't know if this is part of the preteen mod, but it seems like Emmeline can only like be romantic with other teens right now because I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's because I put in that mod. But every time I try to have her be romantic with an adult, it fails. So I'm not sure if that's the issue, but we are just going to have her do her serial romantic stuff with other teens for now. And then, when she becomes an adult, please become a young adult. We will then. Um, she'll be able to do whatever. But for now, that's, I guess, what it's going to be. So we are just increasing our relationship here. I mean, Gonora has had a hard life. If you don't remember, she is part of the Axtell family. Okay, also a baby is being born. Okay, so Annabelle just gave birth to a girl, so we still don't have an heir for the Lord. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Gonora, her life. So she is part of the Axtell family. So if you remember Emmerich, he was the one who came and got Mabel out of the orphanage. So she left our Sim to go marry Richer. Their marriage kind of got annulled in a way. So he was part of the Axtell family, and he was very wealthy, but he was like not part of the main family. He was just kind of like doing stuff for the family. And anyway, he ended up marrying one of our Sims because he was like getting older and he didn't really have any heirs or anything. But both him and his wife ended up dying. So the twins, I think it's Joffrey and Gonora, ended up in the orphanage. So they lost everything. And that's how they ended up in the orphanage. But anyway, she is gorgeous. I mean, look at her. She's beautiful. And So I am having her, she is one of the women who is, of a similar class to Charles. So we're going to have them get married. Of course, I wanted him to end up with Hildegard, but she did end up dying, so that never happened. So I'm sorry, Gonora, you were not my first choice, but I think that you'll make a great addition to the family. And we're just changing her up and giving her a little makeover and moving her into the household. So here she is, and now they can actually be a married couple. We are going to do, because they're not technically our active household, so we are going to, continue to do the usual baby tries that they have for themselves. So we're not actually going to do the, in your active household, you have to use the woohoo percentage, and then you also have to, um, what's it called? You have to do only a certain number of baby tries, but because I know it's technically our active household, but they're not our active family. Our active family right now is Emmeline. So just her. Again, I was trying to do the stuff with the adults. It just wasn't working, unfortunately. We're trying to hit on Isabel, and it's just not working. I don't. It must be a mod conflict of some sort. So that's got to be it, because it's just really. I mean, it's like working okay. Or how do I explain? Like it's not that sometimes the things work and sometimes they don't, but the relationship bar never moves. The romance bar for teens never moves. So I'm not really sure. Um, what that is about, but it's okay because we don't need to worry about that right this second. Again, I was just trying. I figured she'd go and see the Lord at the tavern. Like, she has just, seen him out and about and is like, hey, I work at your house. Do you remember me? And, so I tried. He is actually evil. So he took, no time at all to be rude and mean. And like, you can see their relationship are going down so fast. He is just like such a jerk. He is such a jerk. Um, she needs to get 3 first kisses though, which is kind of annoying because nobody wants to kiss her. So that is kind of a bummer. But you get a strikeout sometimes. You can't always have everyone doing, everything that you want. So I was hoping that I could do something with him, but it's just not working even if I cheat the romance up. So I guess that's just not going to work. So we are actually going to give up on this part. I tried to make them woohoo and everything. It's just not happening. So um, we're just going to give up on that. She's feeling embarrassed. She's feeling awkward. They hate each other but have a little bit of romance. Again, we're just going to go home and we're going to try it out only on teens for now because I guess that's just the way that things are. So there's that. And we're at home now, and I'm just going to have her come over here. He is doing good. She is doing good. We know that Gonora is pregnant because we tried for a baby with her. And we'll have Emmeline do her cross stitching. There's that. Yeah. We're just going to have to look through our list of all people, and we'll look for, again, people in her social class. Like, obviously, she can hit on the noble family that's here because they are, she works there, so she interacts with them, but she wouldn't meet other rich people just like out and about. So that is why she would um, only be around people more of her class. Will you stop going into the bathroom while I'm trying to mop it up? Yeah, she's pregnant. You see that? Okay, so let's try. I tried one more time with an adult. I know I'm a mess, but I was trying with Austin. I was trying to remember who he was married to, and actually he's not married to anyone because his wife died. So he's actually single, and you can see that like the interactions are landing. Like it's not making a negative impact on their relationship. There's no problems, but at the same time, the romance bar is not moving. It's not appearing. So there must be some kind of mod conflict, but we'll deal with that later. So that's where we're at. Oh, hey, Wybert. That's Wybert, I believe. Okay, everyone is around. See, I'm trying to get flirty, and I am being flirty, but the romance bar is not moving. and then, it's just it's not working. I don't know. So we're just going to have to move on from that. It's just not working. Anyway, this is, next year will be the last year of the century, which is really exciting. Oh, there's one. We better not let him catch us flirting with other people because technically we're still in a relationship with him. But anyway, I am then going to try and reboot my game because I thought that something was wrong with it, but I think it's just a mod conflict, so I'm just going to pretend like that's not happening. Anyway, you see me trying again after my system rebooted and it still didn't work. So it must be a conflict between like the preteen mod and MCCC. But regardless, she's still got it. She's still got it. So, what was I going to say? Next year is the last year of the century, which I'm really excited about. And I hope that you are too, because I have a big event ready for next year, for the last year of the century. Then we'll probably do some kind of recap, and then after that we'll head into 1400. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, let's you can see I'm giving up on that. You can also see that the people who like look shorter in the picture, those are the current preteens. I really wanted that mod too because I felt like, honestly, he looks just like his dad. I felt like we I felt weird that Emmeline had her birthday to like 13 years old and then woohooed. Like, that's weird. I don't like that. So they're really not supposed to start until they're 16, which is still a little weird, like for modern times, but not so much for that this time. But regardless, we are. I just didn't want that to keep happening, so I'm going to have the Sims turn into preteens for 3 years until they are old enough to get married, and then we'll marry them and stuff. So that will prevent similar situations from happening again. So that's why I did that. Of course, if the mod is going to cause me some problems, then I will have to take it out, but we'll do our best for now. It's no big deal currently. So this is Alois Leifson, and he is, I believe he's Austin's son. And so we are just going to, see how it's working really easily with other teens. So that's fine. He actually looks exactly like his father. Oh my gosh. But yes, so here we are. She is succeeded in getting her first kiss. And we have to do a few things now for the next phase of the relationship. Have a strong romance with 3 Sims at once, which she does have already. Achieve level 6 charisma and kiss 10 Sims. Now, kissing 10 Sims is not going to be easy. 10 Sims is a lot. But we'll do our best. She is not going to be known very well around these parts. That's okay, though. You know what? I wanted her life to be really messy. You know how I like the drama. So there's that. But I wanted her to be like, have trouble after. I mean, her childhood was so wild. Like being pulled around all over the place, and then being in fear for her life with the vampires, and never having met her parents, and never really having seen a healthy relationship in her whole life. I think that she just is, she has a right to be a mess. She has a right to be a total mess. And so that is what we're going with, and I'm ready for the mess, and I'm excited. Maybe she'll settle down nicely in the future, but we'll have to just see how it goes. And we are headed over to the manor right now because I know that we can at least get a kiss from Gilbert, and Gilbert will kiss us, and that'll get to another person in the list. So let's talk to him. Hey, Gilbert, can we get a smooch? Why are you going over to the fridge? You should not be cleaning up, seriously. That's actually my job. That is literally her job. She's supposed to be a servant in this household, and she just spends all of her time flirting instead of doing her job. But then she doesn't get fired because, everybody likes her because she flirts with them and woohoos with them. So there's that. Anyway, since we do have another teen in this house, Annabelle, so I figured we might as well flirt with her too. Might as well. We can just kiss her hands. That counts as a kiss on another sim, actually, which is, I think, shouldn't count, but it does. It does count. So I'm trying to talk to you, but unfortunately, Joan is not Joan. Oh my gosh, why was I about to call her Joan? Isabel. Wow, Joan. It's probably because Joan's life was also a messy disaster, so that is why she's channeling her inner Joan. She's just like her grandmother. So there's that. Oh, look, the baby is crawling around. The baby became an infant while I wasn't looking. That's great. They have little Isabel, named after her grandmother. I didn't want to name her after. I don't like to repeat names if they're not going to have like a different last name, because then it gets confusing, like in the family tree and stuff, unless it's going to be like a second, third, whatever. But since that's not the case, and it's okay to use Isabel, because actually there is no Isabel in our family tree, because this Isabel is not related to us, and she's never going to be, so that's fine. Okay, you're pregnant with twins. Yikes. Okay. All right, so we're doing good here. I think we might as well leave. And I thought that it might be nice to go over to the church to get the wedding portrait for Gonora and Charles. So we'll do that. That'll be nice. Honestly, I think it'll be fun too, because they get to see where Regina did end up passing. So that's really something. They did not like Regina. I mean, I think Emmeline and Regina were practically enemies. Why did this start a club gathering? You need to not do that to me. But yes, so she and Regina were enemies, basically. So she is very happy that Regina did get executed. And yeah, she's feeling great about that. But we will get this wedding portrait going. Just do this and this. Honestly, Gonora is so pretty, and I'm kind of glad to like have this really like very blonde hair color back into our family tree. We were blonde at first, if you remember, but yeah, just because there's not a lot of variety, since we've been using so much of Sims we already have, and because of that, the like diversity of this save has been deteriorating. So that is why I will be introducing more Sims in the coming generations. Of course, I'll marry when it doesn't matter that much. I'll marry in the family tree if I can, but also um, it's fine, you know. Like I want to add more Sims into the save with different everything. So there's that, and we are going. Emmeline, I do plan on not having her marry in the family tree, which is why I was so upset when she got pregnant with Zuan's baby, because I mean he is handsome, and I wouldn't mind her marrying him, but I really didn't want to marry in the family tree again. So that is why we are going to be marrying outside the family tree. And so next year is actually the year that Emmeline can get married. So with my big event that I am planning will also come a marriage for her. So I hope you're excited about that, because I definitely am. And she's just cleaning up the house. The other two are out. And she will do some cross stitching. You guys are back. Hey, yeah, Gonora is pregnant. She's probably not going to have the baby in this one, though. She'll probably have the baby next video in the new year. So yeah, that'll be great. And it's nighttime, so I didn't really want to do that much right now, but that's okay. It is also almost the end of the year, so there's that. Why don't you go eat something if you're hungry, then go to the bathroom? Yeah, I think that Gonora probably is waiting for Emmeline to get married and get out of here so that she and Charles can have their life. Depending on who Emmeline marries, we will be moving out either Charles and Gonora, or we'll move out Emmeline. So we'll see how that goes. Yep, so I'm adding in, I forgot to add in the little baby Isabel. For some reason, I just forgot to do that. Oops. So that's fine. But anyway, we are here back in the morning checking on our garden and our bees. You're sick. Everyone's sick all the time. Okay. So we are just going to do some maintenance now. And what I do is, because I don't feel like changing over to like every single household, so I bring some of the Sims to me. And so like I'm aging up this baby, because I can only age up people who are children and above, because they can end up in the club, so I can just grab them from MCCC there. But for anyone who has just become a child, they can't. And I also need to control them so that they can join the club. So I just bring them over to my household, and then I use the control any sim thing to control them, and then I get them to join the club. So that's what we do there. All right, we got 3 kids, and they're all set. And we have everyone who's supposed to be becoming a young adult has already become a young adult. So that's great. I can actually get a few of them real married. So that'll be good. And we are going to just do some makeovers now. So that's actually what we're going to wrap up, is just like doing a few makeovers, taking care of things. Again, the Stroud children are interesting. I don't know why. Also, some of my CC for some reason changes hair colors. That's not weird at all. But yeah, so that's where we're going to wrap up. Again, I am so excited for next year. I hope that you are too, because it's going to be a big one. It is going to be the, century finale of the 1300s, and we're getting ready for the 1400s, where some of the rules will change, and I am so excited about that. And it's going to be awesome. So I am really excited, and you should be too, because maybe some Sims will die next year. So look out for that, and I will catch you in the next one.